What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp, and today we're gonna mod a keyboard. The Wish.com Keycap knockoff that we bought in December. If you remember that video, I went on Wish.com, I saw a Keycap for like 80 bucks, and obviously when I got it in, it wasn't a Keycap, your average Wish.com scam. However, what it was the Abcon Core AR87, and it was actually a pretty decent keyboard. And what I paid versus what the actual retail was like a third of the price. That keyboard was over $200. I only paid around $80 for it. So a few months have gone by, obviously. I figured today, let's strip it all down. Let's completely change it up, mod it, and customize it. And I know you guys, you like when I kick it to the chill vlog style every now and then, so I figured we'll do a hybrid of a vlog, nice B-roll stuff, mix it all up. So today we're gonna replace the keycaps, replace the switches, do some sound mods, give it a facelift and a paint job, and really take this keyboard to the next level. Because like I said, it's pretty damn hefty, but stock, definitely not feeling it. Definitely not a Keycap. Unfortunately, for the sake of time, it's not a hot swap PCB, so we're gonna have to go through and desolder all the switches. However, my trusty Hako tool comes in clutch, and this thing can desolder a switch in seconds, so we'll suck up all that solder, get rid of these nasty silent reds. I can't hate these enough. Well, I can, because I do. They're scratchy, they're pingy, they're the worst. So go through it all, take out all the switches, but I really can't stress enough how clutch this Hako tool is. If anybody's had to go through the painful process of manually desoldering a keyboard, you know how rough it can be. This though gets it done in no time, getting these silent reds out of here. I'm gonna be replacing these with a tactile mint chocolate chip switch. I also had these sent out to lubed switches. They lubed them and applied a switch film, so it's gonna have a really smooth but still satisfying tactile bump to them. So the board's all desoldered, and our next step to customize it is to take it from its stainless steel color to give it a bit more pop. But in order to do that, first you have to hit it with a black layer. So we got some flat black here. Step one. Good morning. It's the next day now. I let everything dry overnight, obviously. I didn't want to handle it when it was still tacky and stuff and messing it up. So I have as you saw, the mock sort of spray paint tent set up in the bathroom because the weather outside, it's like crazy storming. So figured I'd just do all that real quick. And also to show you when I was done desoldering last night before I went to bed, I also just applied a quick spray paint layer to the actual frame on the inside, but we're gonna keep this black because that's gonna be underneath our switches, not a big deal. We have the top plate now fully all blacked out, top and the sides, and that's what's gonna be visible. Same thing for the bottom, which again isn't really gonna be seen, but still all has to be matte black because we are now going to apply our color shifting emerald and turquoise spray paint. And this is what's gonna give it that really cool sort of glow depending on the lighting, but the spray paint only works when it's on a black surface so it can adhere properly and give it that, ability to shift and glow. So that's why we had to put on the coats of paint, make it black instead of silver. So now that it's all dry, we're gonna do that today. All right, so to show you how it's looking so far after the color shifting paint has been applied and dried, I'm really digging it. I showed this paint off before. I used it on my Razer Viper Ultimate mouse, but it just looks so good. It doesn't need like a finish coat or anything because the paint itself is super durable and has a glossy finish as it is. So depending on the lighting, the board will be glistening emerald or turquoise. Now while the rest of the board dries, time to do some internal mods. As always, we'll be applying the Band-Aid mod to our PCB, or what I always use, medical tape, accomplishes the same thing. And this just acts as that dampening pad under our stabilizer so it's not as harsh sounding during use. And speaking of which, the stock stabilizers here are plate clip-in. I don't have extras of these, all I have are screw-in stabilizers, but these were factory lubed at least. I just clipped the stabilizer stem feet, again to reduce any further rattling. So before that all goes on, just gonna add a little bit of dielectric grease to the Band-Aid mod pads, and I'll probably inject a little bit more fresh grease into the stabilizer before it's all done, just to freshen it up. Who knows how old this board actually is? Anything to cut down on potential rattling, right? Okay, now I gotta put in our switches and begin soldering. Typically with these aluminum plate mount boards, I like to solder down a few switches in the 4 corners first, just so it has those connection points solidified, and I can then work around the board without the plate popping up on the other side. Now, soldering is always a topic that scares a lot of potential keyboard enthusiasts away, and it's why the majority of builds out there also offer hot swap PCB options, because hot swap is so much quicker and easier, and it's more user-friendly. Again, I know it seems complex and daunting and intimidating, but once you learn the basics and go through the routine a few times, it's extremely simple, and I promise it's not nearly as scary as it seems. The key is to heat up the pins first and apply the solder to the tip of our iron. The heat will naturally transfer the flux and solidify in seconds. You want just 2 little mounds. Then since this is a TKL board, it has 87 keys, so we'll be soldering each of the 2 pins per switch. You do the math, and yeah, it'll take about a half hour or so, but once you get in the motion, it gets repetitive and you're done before you know it. Now we went from those horrifically high-pitched, pingy and scratchy cherry silent reds to a nice smooth tactile mint chocolate chip switch. However, I did run into one user error, and as someone with OCD, this will make me lose sleep at night, but hey, it happens. So I purchased these a few months back, actually. I believe they were sold in packs of 10, and I figured, I'd use these for a 65% build since that's what most of my builds are. I figured I wouldn't need more than 80, so I bought 8 packs of 10, leaving me with 80 total switches. I think I had 1 extra switch, so 81 total. I came up 6 short. It's for the top F row there, not a huge deal really. I never utilized those keys anyways, so I just threw in some extra glorious pendant switches I had lying around since they're also tactile. Yeah, I won't tell if you don't. Then to make our board a bit more poppy to complement the tactile switches, just gonna do a quick tape mod on the bottom of our PCB with this Scotch tape. Very simple, very easy, very nice. All right, now for the final touch, the cherry on top, our keycaps to bring the whole build together, and that's gonna be GMK Aurora Polaris. These were designed by S3LQ. I love his work. A nice black keycap with green lettering, some pretty nice modifiers and icons as well. And with Aurora Polaris, it's like the whole Aurora Borealis theme, and I think that really fits the overall new paint job of our color shifting paint. Like, it's just a really good match. So kind of destined to be here. Really liking the way it looks all together, and man, as you can see, just the different lighting, the different angles, the paint, it all shifts. It all looks different depending on how you look at it. No, the paint job is not perfect at all. There's definitely some rough parts to it, but that's fine. The final result as a whole, more than happy with. And again, these keycaps, the paint job, just tying everything visually all together. Now get ready, because we're gonna do a sound test of the mint chocolate chip switches, lubed and filmed by Lube Switches. Alright, these lubed mint chocolate chip switches sound so much better than those horrific cherry silent red switches that were stock. And the entire keyboard, I think, is just better than the stock Abcon Core AR87, whatever it's called, whatever it was. But remember, it was supposed to be a key cult from Wish.com, but not too bad for 80 bucks. Nice facelift here, much better keycaps, much better switches, and just this color shifting paint, again, looks so cool depending on the lighting. No, like I said, not perfect. It was a bathroom paint job, but altogether looks pretty good, but I am exhausted. It has been a long day. Gonna wrap this one up. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Did you like it before? Do you like the more, everyday, just, mundane stock look? Or do you like the more flashy, elevated mod look that we did? Drop your thoughts down below. Let me know how you think it sounds. Let me know how you think it looks. All that good stuff. But I hope you enjoyed the little mix of a vlog of upgrading the Wish.com scam keyboard. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day. Or night. It's night now. Have a good night.